Hey guys, it's Angie Lee, and today I want to talk to you about why I use my name as my online presence, whereas some might use a catchphrase, or they might use a different brand that doesn't feel associated with their own name. And so there are 4 reasons why I've decided that this is really advantageous, and I'd like to share them with you to see if that might be a good fit for you. So if this is interesting to you, please stay tuned. All right. So basically, this all started about when I was looking for jobs in college, and I was a senior in college and getting ready to go into professional career path, blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that I needed to do was have a web portfolio. And so I bought the domain angielee.com, and I wanted to put my professional stuff there. Some might say, put your professional stuff under your name. If you have a side hustle, other hobbies, have a branding and identity for that, and then kind of feel like you have the freedom to express yourself however you want when it's disconnected from your personal identity. So I really disagree with that. I think like it's a good fit for some depending on your interest, but for me, I felt like it was really important to marry the two because I have been the happiest when I feel honest with myself, when I show up to work being who I am, which is multifaceted interest and multi-passionate, and like I'm very honest when I share with people. Like, I listen to rap, I like I like doing TikTok dances, and this is something that some early in their career might not feel comfortable with, and so that's something that happened. And then there are way more other benefits, but I just kind of want to dive into how you can marry those two. Like, you have your side hobbies, your recreational stuff, and then your professional thing under your name, and it can all be tied and carried under one thing. And so it's a lot easier to maintain. I found that I am happier when I can just present my whole self with all of those interests. And so I was thinking about, like, for me, my side hobbies or side hustle is kind of like career development and self-development. And yeah, there's like some random dancing and just for fun, kicks and giggles all over it. But so I thought about someone who might have like a travel blog, let's say, or they wanted to make fancy cakes. They want to sell cakes. So maybe their brand, they felt like they couldn't post things about cakes and baking on their portfolio website. But my argument here is I think that it adds a lot of depth to your application, to you as a person, to your being. And then someone who is looking at me for a professional job would, in the sense of cake, would see like, oh, okay, this person is passionate, they have hobbies, this is a real being, they're detail oriented, they're creative, they want to make improvements to their recipes and their cake decorating styles and techniques over time. And I feel like those are things that are really valuable when looking at someone, even if those skills, cake making, icing skills, and decorating skills, they're not necessarily related to potentially the work that you're looking for, but it can show the depth, it can show that you're a dedicated person and that you're a passionate person. And that's something that I feel like a lot of hiring managers are looking for, and HR people are looking to recruit people who have that depth and passion that they can bring into the workplace. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is how interest can change over time. So if you are putting all of this energy, let's say, into for me, it's learning TikTok dances. If you're putting all this energy into learning TikTok dances and you're putting all this energy into baking a cake, then your interests are going to change. I know mine certainly have. Like in high school, I used to rap a lot, and now I don't rap, I don't write. All of that was like the early high school phases of my life. And then had I kept all of my branding under this title or this stage presence that I had felt like I was building, I wouldn't be able to pursue like all of these other things, you know? Maybe I all of a sudden want to get into embroidery and I want to sell my custom embroidered what are those rings that you embroider in, and I want to sell that, and I want to be crafty, or I want to talk to people about skincare, and then like that doesn't really associate strongly with a female rap artist. So that's a really big benefit if you're looking of putting your energy into your online presence and your branding. Thinking of just putting it under your name is the simplest thing you can do, because you are going to change. You don't want to pigeonhole yourself into these different ideas, or like lose all the effort and the work that you did because you put it into one basket, right? You put all your eggs in one basket. You were naming it a certain way, you were branding it a certain way, and I mean, SEO is a whole different thing, but in terms of sheer maintenance, cost of maintaining a website and keeping that running, and like the time to post and just add content and create new content, I feel like it's so much easier just to do it in one place. And back to the first point, people will see you as this multifaceted, passionate person, and I think that adds a lot of interest, and it's real, it's human. You're not like a brand, like a real, I mean, so the reason why I'm thinking of this is like I don't see myself as like an SEO clear-cut kind of fiend. If I wanted to do that, then yeah, I would put the time and energy in just starting to separate that. But for the time being, I feel like it makes sense to bring it together, because it's easier to maintain and it has the added value of showing you who you are as a person. Excuse me. All right, so that said, there are times that I have tried to go on these really specific pursuits with branding and with a name for a project or a name for an initiative, and I found that I thought I was being clever, and they were actually really difficult to spell and sound out. So the argument here is that you could have a name that is very difficult to sound out or difficult to pronounce. My name, Angie Lee, the Lee gets misspelled frequently as L-E-E, or L-I-E. Like, they just think I'm a big lie or something like that. But anyway, that aside, it is your name. You're not going to have people F up your name and try to get them to correct it. Like, that's something else. You need people to know how to spell your name. But in terms of your brand, the biggest failure, I think, was when I had this brand. It was called Sense Not Sense. And take a second and think about how you would spell that. Sense Not Sense. So I thought I was being really clever. It was like, use your mind over your dollar. And it was like thinking sense as in thinking instead of sense. And when I would tell people about this, it doesn't really make sense until you write it down. So what I have here, I'm looking on the side for some notes, and basically you can't phonetically spell it out, and it has a few different meanings. So trying to be really like use alliteration and then thinking I was clever, that was a big failure point. So wordplay is, sometimes it can be difficult to spell, to sound out. It's not phonetically spellable. It could be misinterpreted for different things. And so it was just a lot easier for me to go back and say, well, just go with Angie Lee. Yeah. All right. And then the last thing, and this is a little bit of a cheese ball answer, but I wanted to say that, I feel like my interest and my being as a whole isn't going to go out of style. Like, I'm going to continue to maintain friendships and meet new people and develop and grow and become interested in new things over time. And whether, like, who knows, TikTok is going to die, right? Like, there's a risk of that not even being on the platform or accessible to people in the US anymore. So I'm not going to put all of my eggs in the TikTok basket. I just want to be, I am me. I'm Angie Lee. I'm trying these different things. I'm interested in like a bunch of different things. I'm interested in learning dances online in my adult life, where I'm not like going to be competing or filming really eloquent or performing anywhere. Like that's just not gonna happen for me. Like that ship has sailed. It's just not possible. I don't want it to be possible. I'm having fun, so I like to learn dancing online. I like to do personal development. I love organizing, and I love learning hacks and organizing hacks. I love thrifting, and right now I'm really into comedy writing, and I like listening and writing to, or listening and taking notes from different comedians in their memoirs. Like I'm reading Ali Wong's Dear Girls right now. So all that to say, that can change, and it has changed in my life, and things are going to happen where I might no longer be interested in comedy, and then I'm all of a sudden really interested in like Broadway theater or meditation, you know? So instead of feeling like I need to go all in into a specific topic, I am investing in myself, in my name, and my presence holistically, and I just wanted to say, like, you as a being, as a person, are not going to go out of style. You can just be yourself. The world is going to change, and it's going to keep turning, and new apps and new trends are going to come out, but you being who you are, being interested in many things, and showing up for yourself and for your friends in the online space is going to matter, and people are going to notice that. So I did hear before, I want to end on one last note, in case there's like some criticism, which I am anticipating. I feel like, well, what are some reasons why this might not be a good fit for you? I'd say, like, if you are going into an online space with friends, you don't want it to just flip a coin and decide whose name it's going to be on. You might want to come up with a brand or an identity that can cover multiple facets. And then the other thing is, like, you can also just wait. You can always have a hub where it's your name and all your social medias are tied to your name. And then as your hobbies grow, or outgrow that small subspace under your website, they can bloom and blossom into their own brand, into their own identity. So you're not even trapping yourself here. Like, you're just developing a really strong foundation. And as things get better for you, or grow beyond what that is in that small space, you can always add another website later, or add another Twitter or Instagram later. So I'll end on that final note. I am so excited to hear about what things you're working on. And what is everybody gonna do about TikTok? I've already downloaded all of my TikToks, and I don't even feel right re-uploading them to Instagram Reels, because I feel like, I don't know, I can take advantage of the algorithm promoting the Reels, but it just feels odd because I have all of the watermarks from TikTok, and I feel like I'm a traitor. But anyway, I just wanted to end on that, and good luck with everything and whatever you're doing. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.